everyone. I'm here with Tara Pai, who's the co-author of the play we wrote together, Clic or No Clic, La decisión final. And she's going to tell us a little bit about herself, and we're going to talk a little bit about how the book came into being. So, Tara, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Tara. I'm currently a senior at Lexington High School, and I really love writing, all different kinds of writing. I'm really into journalism and also creative writing. And I'm also really into AI. So I do a lot of work just researching it, researching AI implementation in classrooms, and just learning about how the technology is developing.
But you didn't use AI to do any of the writing for the book, did you?
No, no,
All right,
didn't.
just what? No, and we want to make that point clear because that's the whole reason that we decided to write about AI, or at least you convinced me. So why did you convince me to write about AI? I mean, I know it's a passion for you, but clearly being the technological dolt over here, that's not really my thing. So how did that happen?
So AI is obviously a very pertinent topic right now. It's been developing really rapidly in recent years, and particularly like in the sphere of education, I think a lot of people are just wondering like what to do with it, Like it's here, but a lot of teachers, students aren't sure how they should implement it into their studies, into their work. And I think this book is a great way to bring AI into classroom discussions because I feel like it doesn't get talked about enough in some cases, like particularly in like world language classrooms. I'm not sure, at least from my experience and from like my peers, we haven't really seen much of it. And I think it's a great way to create discussions between teachers and students about this really, really relevant topic that we have right now. So that's why I want to write about AI, especially because I think it's important for these ideas to be discussed in the classroom, especially since AI isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So, yeah.
It's not going anywhere, and I think that I hope you'll agree that the premise of the book is not to have AI do the work for you. It's to use it as a tool, and that's how, we've that we sort of had that happen with three different characters, and and they were getting advice throughout the play, which is a one act play, by the way. Throughout the play, they got advice from family members and teachers. And why did we decide to write a play? Do you remember? Because I don't really remember, but maybe you'll jog my memory.
I don't know. I feel like no, I think it might have been. I think you were just like, oh, we should write a play because like I wrote. I know you wanted a play. Okay, I remember this now.
Yeah.
You had one other play, but it was for like more advanced learners, and you're like, I want one for like level one, level two, and then we were like, yeah,
Okay,
both
yeah,
more engaging
that
now.
was totally the reason. That was one of the reasons why. And also, we wanted to include some more diverse characters,
Yeah.
um, based on the friends that you have at school, and I didn't want to get into their heads necessarily, and have a bunch of description that wasn't going to be relevant. So a play it was, and also I think as a teacher, I think plays are easier to read in that it's mostly dialogue, and so having people converse back and forth is easier to understand.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. And you think that students need to read this story as well? I mean, the play as a story?
But yeah, I do think it's important for them to do that because it can help them get started with like thinking about like how they feel about AI in the classroom, sort of where they stand on the issue and just so they can be more vocal about it with their teachers as well. Because I think the book itself, I don't know, it sort of brings up a lot of ethical questions and I think it's really important for young people to think about those things at this
I,
age.
I think you're right. And I think having discussions with trusted adults, teachers and parents and guardians and other adults in their lives is it's a really good idea to have those conversations. So they know what they're talking about too, with regards to AI, because I think teenagers by and large will just take the easy way out if they can. So they should think about that a little bit ahead of time. And what was your overall experience in writing the book? And I would like to tell everyone that Tara, of the 10 scenes, I think there's 10 scenes, she wrote about half of them on her own. And they were fantastic. So you won't even know the difference. Maybe hers are the ones with the bigger words, though.
Yeah, no, but I had a great experience writing this. Like obviously I haven't written a book before, let alone in Spanish. So it was a bit outside of my comfort zone, but like once I got started, I don't know, I got really into it. Like I figured out a system that worked for me, like planning out like the way each scene was gonna go, like what were the different plot points, and then I like wrote it out. And yeah, I don't know, it was just a really enjoyable experience. Yeah. I think it helped me get a little bit better at Spanish too, especially like writing like so creatively. I don't know if we have as much of that in the classroom, which is really cool that I got to do this. So yeah.
A very good point to tell teachers as well too is to allow students to write how they want to write,
Yeah.
instead of the prescribed way of doing things. So I think that's terrific. I had a great time writing the story with you too, and Tara also did the artwork on the front cover, for both the French and the Spanish versions. And so you can check them out. And the story is a level 2 story, like probably like mid-level 2, but you can check it out, on my website, and it's also available on Amazon. And any parting words that you have for the viewers, listeners, maybe the one or the two people that are going to watch this.
Oh, um, well, I hope you enjoy our story and I hope you find a way to bring it into your classroom or to your district because I think it'll spark some really important conversations.
I think that's fabulous. Well, thank you so much for your time and your efforts and your Spanish expertise and your drawing expertise, and just for being you, because it's been a great experience for me as well.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for everything.